Hello Taurus, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect. Welcome back. This is your reading for November 2019. Quite a big one, Taurus. I hope it makes sense to you. There's a number of characters here. I'm just going to start and work my way through it because staring at it is actually confusing me more. So let's just get started. I'm going to be reading for a main female here because I'm using my Kipper deck, so a Taurian female. I do have two men here on the board at least, so if you're a Taurus male watching, this main female is probably the person in question most foremost in your mind at this time. So yeah, you can switch your genders if that works for you, but I'm focusing on the main female here, who's coming through as my Queen of Stones, the Bear. And everything behind the main female here in the Kipper deck is generally past energy, present, and then future. But you know, it could actually be telling an entire story from a decade ago. You know how tarot works. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay, so in the past we have got a courtship here in cornucopia. So you know, the dog's bollocks of a courtship. This is normally the early stages of a relationship that probably did result in a marriage. That's one way of looking at it, if this is the main female was married or in a very committed relationship. Because what I do have here is a mature woman coming through who is a bit of bother, and she's not my main female. So either the main female enters the story after this mature woman has had a relationship, a marriage, that someone has required healing from, or indeed this is an affair that's happened to, or you know, the main female's partner in the past. I kind of think that's what I'm going to run with, but it can go both ways. This is possibly someone that they've met through work with occupation here. It can just be a partnership. It doesn't need to be a romantic relationship. With it being courtship and marriage, it can sort of indicate, you know, a business, and it can be a combination of both. Someone that you are both you know, in business with or working with, and also married to, or you know, in a relationship with. But a very successful endeavour, however it panned out, with the Ace of Cups here, which is the waters of life, victory, and occupation, right under courtship and cornucopia. I mean, cornucopia is just everything that you could possibly want in a relationship, in your workspace, just in life in general, you know. All the birds are singing and the rainbows are out and just everything is glorious and you're just on, you know, cloud nine. So this seemed like something really, really special here. And then we have the marriage itself, with the caring connection. So maybe someone did get married in the past. It certainly does strongly look that way, I have to say. And again, a really lovely, loving relationship that started off very well, that was just all very lovely. But this mature woman is the problem, and as I say, she's not my main female, and it is my main female who I think has the marriage relates to. And there's a mature woman here, and with the Kipper deck, if you see the mature woman, what is above her is what's in her mind, and what is above her is the marriage. But this is someone, this is a meddler. I think this is the other woman, because she often comes through as the lover in the Kipper deck if the main female is also in the board. So yeah, either just the other woman, the lover, or someone who is more mature. This can sort of indicate a female relative, a grandmother, a mother, a sister, quite oftentimes an ex. It can also be the boss, if you've got a female boss, or you know, they've had a female boss, certainly with it coming through with occupation. And at the base of the deck I did get contract as well. Now we have got a combination of a healer of the ages here, and I've also got the Seven of Stones, which is a healing card. Don't know, this person could have been a therapist of some sort, but I sort of get more of an impression that this whoever has been involved with this female has had to heal from it, really, because it's been a struggle. We've got the struggle here, and the struggle is actually recovering from some sort of relationship with the mature woman, or the mature woman herself has had to struggle to heal. I really do think this mature woman has been a problem, either for my main female, certainly she would have been if she's had an affair with her husband, or for the man that actually got involved with her. But she is trouble. She is trouble. She's come through with both the victim and the bully as her archetypes here. Now, if it's sort of shadow bully rather than just being a full-blown bully, this is someone who lashes out through fear. And with the victim, that's someone who could have, played the victim, the role of the victim, for attention, for sympathy. Yeah, I mean, the combination isn't brilliant. And with her coming through as the mature woman behind my main female, it's like behind my main female's back, not just in the past, but also, out of sight. I really do have issues with this woman. She's also come through with, and I do get a lot of lyrics in my readings. If you're not familiar with my readings, the songs will be below. Please do have a listen. They can make up a reading all by themselves if I get enough of them. And she came through with "I'm special, and I've got to have some of your attention and give it to me." So yeah, pretty demanding. She could have been a boss, I wouldn't be surprised. I also got the male coming through as my first, my last, my everything, and the female then coming through with "it used to be love but it's over now." And it is in the past, it is behind my main female, so not, in the past, but also it can be that it was just hidden from her. Okay, so in current energy, this is my main female. She's come through with the Sandpiper spirit, which is "be playful," and Chameleon spirit, "act as if." With this combination, this is someone who is probably pretending to be a lot more light-hearted than they actually feel. Sort of fake it till you make it, with the Chameleon card here. It can be someone who is really very flexible, but I do feel she's defensive, and I've been getting that for all of my earth signs. I've already put Virgo and Capricorn up, and I keep getting it's the female earth signs that I'm reading for that are all coming through. It's quite defensive. So here's my Queen of Stones, who's the bear, Mama Bear, on our cave entrance here, and I just feel it's very protective, but I don't think they are as playful and as easygoing. The Sandpiper's always, flitting around and sticking his little beak into stuff here. Either, they're doing stuff, or she's doing stuff on the down low, but I really just get the impression she's behaving or giving the impression of being a lot more light-hearted and having a lot more fun in her life than she actually is. And that's who I think I'm reading for. Another card bites the dust. She's coming through in really lovely stable energy with Archangel Raphael, who is your heart chakra. This has been really receptive to love, very compassionate, self-accepting, but it can be healing from a broken heart. I'm not actually getting any broken-heartedness here, I have to say. I do have, however, at the base of the deck, 3 of Arrows, which is a broken heart, but in this deck it's more suggesting some sort of jealousy here. I do have 3 of Cups as well, so I do think it has been an affair at some point in the past here, and this is the main female who is likely recovering from it. And this is all present and future energy. So we have Distance Horizons with the Door to Value. Now, the Door to Value is excellent. This is new beginnings, mainly in finance and career, and I do have it, in the same line as the Occupation card here. So there may be something coming your way that's really positive on the career front, certainly on the finance front. The door's opening. This is money and jewels and all sorts of lovelies flowing in your direction. And with the distance horizons, this can be that you may have to travel for work. I actually feel it's more that you might be taking a new course in something, a new course of study, because I do have my student card here. And so this could be your own energy. You may have, someone may have been very generous towards you, maybe have paid for a course for you to go on. It could be an apprenticeship if it's not a course, you know, or it's a source of teaching. You may have come across a spiritual master, a guru that you're now following. It's wanting to continually learn as well. There's stuff that you feel that you need to learn. I say it could be at a distance with the distance horizon here, but the other way I read this card, especially with Archangel Raphael being here, is that you're dropping the emotional baggage, and that is your door to value. Yeah, it's really positive. However, this student, if it's not you going into some sort of apprenticeship and learning something new, this could be someone that you actually meet in this kind of environment, because I do have a Knight of Vessels here with the 9 of Vessels, so lots of cup energy here. I don't like this Knight of Vessels. This is your Knight of Cups, basically, you know, Prince Charming. But he's an eel, you know. I have had this come up in one of the other readings as well. With the eel being a student, this is someone who could kind of misuse the knowledge that they learn, you know, use information for the wrong reasons. But it could also be that the sort of shadow side of the student is you're actually learning a trade that's not suited for you. You're completely on the wrong path, and you might have to do a U-turn there. But yeah, this eel, this is someone to look out for. With the 9 of Cups here, they may seem like, you know, God's gift, you know. The 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment, and all the cups are overflowing here. But he's an eel, so he's slippery and he's fly and he's sleeked and he's watchful. I'm getting enough a lot of spying and kind of gossipy type energy coming up in your future here, if that's not something you've already experienced, Taurus. So this could be someone that you could meet, and they may seem fantastic, but there certainly might need to be watchful for any red flags around them, just because they are the eel. They may actually seem like it's too good to be true, and they might, and I think there might be something in that. And next up we have High Honor with the Goddess of the Moon. This is your energy, the top row here. So this is having really high intuition, following the cycles of the moon, you know, manifesting, putting out your new moon wishes, that sort of thing. But highly honourable with this card suggests that you're using your intuition, and you know, you may have some psychic gifts, but you're using them for really good purposes. You're not using them for anything negative, so very much like, you know, white witchy type stuff here. Or you are being viewed, I think you're being viewed as someone who is highly honourable, has high integrity, because I do have some thoughts coming towards you here. Now here is my first real character, who's the wealthy man. He's someone who wants to talk, basically, with Archangel Gabriel, the 5th chakra, the throat chakra. So this is someone who's got something to say, basically, wants to express themselves. But I do have some issues with this person, because they've come through as a gossip, and this is somebody who thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information and betraying your confidence here. So this is someone to watch out for, and you know, he is sort of touching on this Knight of Vessels, and right next to him is the Thief card as well, Taurus. I'm sorry to say, this is somebody to be wary of. because as I say, if it is the same Knight of Vessels, they may come across as Prince Charming, and really do seem like they're too good to be true. They maybe seem very generous. They may, you know, take you out on lots of lovely dates and meals and holidays or whatever it may be. Certainly with the door to value here, they may want to whisk you away abroad, and it seems too good to be true, and I think it actually might be. I'm going to say that. I think you need to be cautious of this person, because I've got this thief coming right next to him, and a gossip as well. This is the sort of person that you know you may get with, and before you know it, everybody knows your business. You know, they don't keep anything to themselves, and they probably exaggerate quite a bit as well. I have the Page of Bows, the Stoat, and the Stag here for the wealthy man. Now the Stoat is basically a weasel, isn't it? A Stoat's a weasel, isn't it? And an ermine, they're all the same. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but that's how knowledgeable I am on Stoats. But they're really sneaky wee creatures, very, very dishonourable, and right below the gossip card here. They also take others' nests over. They actually kill them and move into someone else's nest. They're known as one of them as an invader type beastie. They're very unsociable as well. They're very secretive. They're often alone. They're certainly not monogamous. They have litters of mixed paternity. And the male plays no part in the rearing of the young. I mean, they don't even dig their own burrow. I mean, you know. So I've got the Knight of Vessels, I've got the wealthy man who's a gossip, and now I've got the Stoat. And I'm thinking, be careful of this one. And then with the Stag. Now, the Stag is actually the Strength card. This is, you know, taking control of a situation, very confident. I honestly don't like this Stag at all. I was getting like the Wicker Man off that. I don't know if you're familiar with that horrible movie from, I think it must have been the 70s. Oh my God, I can't even remember the chap that's in it. Yeah, but without getting into it, because I won't be able to explain it, because I mean, I have watched it all the way through once, and then I watched it again, and it gives me the heebie-jeebies, the whole thing. It's sort of like ritualistic, you know, killing, basically. It's, I really just don't like this character at all. I think you can tell. So please be cautious if, you know, someone comes at you and they're going to offer you the world, because I think you need to do a lot more digging and take your time with this person to work out what they are, who they are. And next up we have the Thoughts. The Thoughts are on hostilities. And this is, I think, a masculine, because this is now the King of Vessels who's coming through here. So you may have a number of men here, Taurus females, and I'm just sort of reading them all as the same character. So I'll leave that to your own intuition, discernment, knowledge of yourself to work out who's who. But this is the King of Vessels is my Heron with the Five of Bows, empowerment, conflict and hostilities. This is somebody who's just plain old trouble. This is somebody who wants to kind of compete with you. They're watching you. They are watching you. But they seem to either, I don't know if they want your money. They think you have money and you're after your money. With the Thief on blossoming abundance here, they may think you're very well off financially, or you're doing well, and they quite like a bit of that. And they're watching, because I've got my Wren here, who's my Page of Arrows, and I've also got the Page of Swords coming up later on. This is watchful energy. This is very, I mean, the Wren's actually quite a nice wee character, but very industrious, very caring, very determined. But there's also, they can sort of mean as a spirit animal, there's someone who's in trouble with the law. And again, gossip is coming through on it. An examination, spying, curiousness. And there's the Thief with the blossoming abundance directly below the thoughts and right butt up next to the gossiping wealthy man. It's really, it's got caution written all over this reading, Taurus. I've had a look at who's in their thoughts here. This Page of Arrows. I mean, it could be, I wouldn't even give a sign to it. It's not that obvious. But they've come through as the Whale Spirit, trust the great mystery, and the Dolphin Spirit, this and that are true. I mean, lots of watery energy here. I mean, you know, there could be a water sign, because I do have the King of Cups now. I mean, there may be someone who is professing love to you, but with all this sneaky, freaky energy, I'm not buying it at all. The Dolphin, this and that are true. It's the story they tell you and the story that's actually true. Really friendly creature, the dolphin, you know. They're also very promiscuous. They're literally the only animal. I say that, but I don't know that. But this is how my knowledge is. They're one of the few animals, shall we say, that have sex for pleasure rather than, for babies, basically. With the Whale Spirit, I just get everything's hidden, deep, submerged in the dark. This may be someone who has a lot of sexual partners. But they don't want you to have that impression of them. Because I think they know that with high honor here, and intuition, that you won't, that just wouldn't roll with you. But that's who they are. I mean, that's fine if that's what you want, but yeah, I don't know what you want, Taurus. That's for you to work out. But this person has got a lot of red flags on them. And next up we have the Pathway with the Angel of Strength. So this is just following your own path. This could be taking some while. This Pathway card can have a timeline of up to 2 years on it. This going on. I mean, this can be future energy as well. So this is just standing in your own power with the Angel of Strength. It also says that you're tells you that you're very protected spiritually. You know, this lion would die for her, and it's very much protecting her. He's got her covered even in the darkness here and guiding her into the light. You may have sort of like ancestors around you guiding you in this pathway as well with the ancestor card here. I do sort of feel that's kind of a match to this stag though, I have to say. Do you see how very similar they are? This is the Hierophant in this deck. Commitment, you know, universities, higher learning, that sort of thing. I sort of just feel that you're following the correct path. It's also about being orthodox, doing the right thing. And I think you're just having the strength to stay on your path. But I think they're trying to knock you off your path. I really do. Because I've asked who the ancestor or clarified this Hierophant, and I get the Page of Swords in the Tower. I think this is some sort of news that's going to come away, come your way, that is going to create a major upheaval in your life. Because I've got it with the message of concern and indecision. I think this is going to throw you a real wobbly, Taurus, if you don't know what this is already. It could be about a Leo with the Sun of Life here. It could be a number of individuals involved in this, because I have the Sun of Life, who can be, you know, a Leo. It can be material achievement, happiness, success. I sort of just, because I'm quite new to this deck and I've never read the book because it didn't come with it, to me this is just my masculine, because that's how I've read him recently. He has little heart chakras bursting wide open there, I have noticed. Maybe somebody has an epiphany and realizes that they're in love with you. They want to profess their love to you, and this news creates some serious conflict in your life. But the Five of Swords here, I think I said the page earlier, this is winning at all costs. This is not caring who you throw under the bus to get what you want. While you're just trying to stay on your path. It's almost like they're going to up the ante here. They may come in, you know, you know, if you know who this is already, as someone who's like, you know, very slick, and, you know, very charming, very generous, maybe even a lot of fun, a lot of banter. But this could be like getting the rug pulled out from under you here. I don't think you know this person well enough. Sorry, I don't think I'm explaining this very well. But there's a message of concern here that's going to put you in a place where you have to make a decision as to which way to go. It is, I think, regarding this masculine. We have got the topsy-turvies and the collection of pixies. This has literally been all over the place. The topsy-turvies is discombobulated. It's, you know, not knowing which way is up, which way is down, where's right, where's left. Everything is suddenly very confusing. And with the collection of pixies, I've sort of felt that everyone was in the mix here, that there was a lot of people involved in this situation that you may or may not be aware of. This is almost like someone trying to pretend everything was a bit of a joke, but it isn't, because it's a bloody tower and the Five of Swords here, and it's knocking you off your path. But I think there's a lot of people involved here, and I don't think you're aware of that either, Taurus. And then we have the House and the Angel of Love. But this has come up with adjudication and the Garden of the Gate here. Now, I don't know if you're going through a divorce or have been through a divorce and the house had to be decided on. I feel that this is, you know, just having a real love for where you live, for your house, for your security. And yet here we are up in front of the judge, and the Garden and the Gate is about having to make the decision about expanding your horizons and leaving your garden behind. And she has got the little key here that allows her to leave everything that she's built, but she doesn't want to. In reverse, it means she's leaving. This way it's I'm not ready to go. But I kind of feel there's an issue here with regards to your house, because I have my 10 of Stones in reverse here, which is basically the home upside down. So it can just mean that, you know, whatever's going on, when this news comes in, this tower with regards, I mean, with an ancestor, just taking it literally, this could mean you get into some sort of fight with a relative. I would have thought it was someone older than you. Maybe come back to this mature woman, your mother, your father, your grandma, your grandpa. Could be a really massive bust up here that's going to throw everything on its head, and it can relate to where you live. So, you know, you'll know who that means, who you're living with. But someone could actually get put out of a house here and end up in court. And it's almost that needs to happen. No. Because I get the World Tree, and this is all the seasons are complete. Everything's come full circle. This is see, there's a wee door in that. That's also someone's home there. Yeah, there's definitely somebody's house is up in the judicial system. I've asked about the house being upside down, and I've got my Queen of Cups and the Six of Cups. No, sorry, this was the Tower. So this is about a soulmate relationship, someone from your past, a Queen of Cups, a water sign possibly. I could be looking back at this mature woman again. But this is a networker. This is somebody who uses their connections for personal gains. And with it being the Five of Swords in the Tower, I actually did wonder if this is some sort of story that comes out in the newspapers. And on that, you can go your own way. This could be the ending of a very long-term relationship, or it could be, it doesn't need to be romantic, it could be like someone, an old friend from your past, could be a past lover. But there is something wrapping up here with the World Tree. But most certainly somebody is, I think, getting put out their house here. Or if you're trying to buy a house that you've fallen in love with, it's not going to come off. You're not going to be moving on. I'm sorry, I think this is a bit of a confusing reading. I might have to do another. And here we go. We come to the end with Archangel Ariel, who is your sacral chakra and the coffin. And I just feel that this is just somebody's completely lost passion for something or someone. And now they're just loving angels instead. I'm just being drawn back to this ancestor in the Tower. And a pathway and a message of concern. The house being turned upside down in the coffin, and I wouldn't go. It could mean that an older family member has passed or is maybe sickly. Okay, I think that was a bit rubbish. I don't know why it just didn't come together. Just didn't come together for me. Maybe it'll mean something to you. I hope so. So I'll take an advice card for you, Taurus, and I might do if I get time, a smaller, more basic spread. Because see, with Kipper, you just don't know what's going to come out because you pull them a certain way. You can pull like 3 cards and that's your reading, or the whole deck. So Spirit, please give me an advice card for Taurus for this reading. Please give me an advice card for Taurus. I'm taking 3. An advice card for Taurus for this reading. Moving a new direction. Advice card for Taurus for this reading, please. Take time to reflect, move. Give me 1 card. Oh my gosh. Stand your ground. 1 card for Taurus. 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 What advice can you offer Taurus for this reading, please? I'm only taking 1. I'm not playing. Want my ball back. Advice card. No, let's go with this. I like these. I haven't had these for a while. This is my Shapeshifter Oracle. What advice can you offer Taurus for this reading, please? What advice can you offer Taurus for this reading, please, Spirit? Thank you. An elder will teach you. This is this ancestor. I'm really drawn to it and I don't know why. There's somebody here, and it could be this mature woman, this an elder. So this is, grandma, grandpa, mum, dad, guru, teacher, therapist, 25. And it's a 7 as well. So that's always your spiritual lessons. That's why I'm looking up number 7. I'm really not on the ball today. I'm gonna start blaming Mercury retrograde now for my not being able to get my worms out or make any sense. So the mermaid and the turtle. Oh, I love this. And the turtle. Here we go. Although I, the turtle, am a newborn, I have lived lifetimes. I have come through to teach this young one who is of both the land and the sea. There are lessons she must understand in order to be of any benefit in this world. She has been a good student of life, and she has earned the right to have the ancient wisdom imparted to her now. I will teach, and if she will listen and become receptive, the deep lessons will be hers. Others will gather around and try to overhear the secrets I share with her, but the knowledge is for her. Soon she will have initiations and teaching in sacred practice. Honestly, this is freaking me out a bit. I see the stag and the ancestor and the wicker man and the rituals and stuff like that. I don't know. And I did at the base of the deck, apart from the jealousy, get the seer, who's my high priestess, with the 3 of vessels. Joy. I mean, you really might be finding that you've got some, you know, psychic powers coming online, or, you know, any of the clairs, the clairsentience, clairaudience, clair, you know. Here we go. Yeah, there's something about this ancestor though. I mean, this could be someone on the other side getting through to you. Okay, others will gather around and try to overhear the secrets I share with her, but the knowledge is for her. Soon she will have initiations and teaching in sacred practice. Until then, she must listen well to the very old ones, for they know the shape of the future. In order to grow, we must experience transitions and changes. To be fully alive, we must die again and again, all in this lifetime. While we have many rituals for birthdays and religious holidays, we often yearn for the depth of the rituals of the old days, during which part of us would die and another part of us would spring to life, and we would be reborn and renewed. Transitions into adulthood and changing your home or vocation were honoured, marked and witnessed in unique ways that gave us permission to own our power in the next stage of our wonderful, meaningful lives. You are now about to celebrate life's great shifts in more meaningful ways. No more just being a follower, you become an initiator. Because you have listened to the wise words of the oldest creature on the planet, the one who carries Gaia on her back. If you have listened well, with your every action will be an offering back to Earth, a ritual, and you will nourish and help heal her. You're about to enter into a real relationship with the cycles of the planet. It's my world there, all 4 seasons there. And you will be asked to observe these respectfully, thanks to the teaching of an elder. A mentor, elder, or otherwise one will instruct you at this time, but she may come in the form of a young person. Listen, choose this person well. Your mentor must be a good teacher. Indigenous ancestral practices of your bloodline and spirit line are being reclaimed. Bloody hell. There's something here for someone. I don't think I'm explaining it anywhere near enough. Is the God's honest truth. It's just not coming out right at all. But it does feel quite major for someone. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Sorry for my rambling. I hope it was of some use to you, Taurus. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.